Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans potentially trading Case Keenum to the Minnesota Vikings and whether the Texans should do it. If I'm the Texans, I'm calling up the Vikings and asking them, do you want either one of Case Keenum or Davis Mills? We're willing to work with you. If I'm the Texans, I'm asking for a fifth-round pick for Case Keenum or Davis Mills. And I said this when I talked about the Texans potentially trading Davis Mills to the Vikings. It's not that these guys are worth anything to the Texans. It's not that they have value to the Texans. Or actually, they do just a little bit. I mean, this is the backup quarterback to your starting quarterback, and if anything happens, God forbid anything happens to C.J. Stroud, the Texans need a starting quarterback. If Stroud is down. So, I don't know. Coming down to Case Keenum and Davis Mills, who I'd rather have for the Texans is Davis Mills, personally. Davis Mills is not my favorite quarterback, but I think if God forbid an injury or something else would have happened to C.J. Stroud, if he had to miss a game or miss multiple games, I'd be more confident in Davis Mills starting for the Houston Texans in Case Keenum. I know people will say, well, Davis Mills was terrible over the last couple years. He went 5-18 with the Texans over the last two seasons, but look at the offense that Davis Mills had when he was here with Houston. But look at what they've added in. Nico Collins is healthy. He's playing great football. Tank Dell, Noah Brown, Robert Woods, Xavier Hutchinson, John Mechie's healthy. Dalton Schultz at tight end. Devin Singletary has been added in at running back. So the weapon and the offensive line has improved as well. The weapons to this offense has improved compared to when Davis Mills was on this team last year or in his rookie year in 2021 compared to this season. I know a lot of people look at C.J. Stroud and what he's doing for the Texans right now and say, oh, well, everything is changing for them just because of C.J. Stroud. C.J.'s been great for the Texans, and I think he's been the best rookie quarterback. I think he's been better than Bryce. I know C.J. struggled yesterday. I think he's been better than Richardson. I know Richardson's out for the year. And I know Will Levis has come into contention after his game yesterday, but I still think you can put Stroud over Will Levis. But I think another thing that is underestimated is how much this offense has improved with additions, like drafting Tank Dell, signing Dalton Schultz, signing Robert Woods, signing Noah Brown, signing Devin Singletary, trading for Shaq Mason, a couple of the additions, drafting Juice Scruggs, just a couple of the other additions the Texans have made in. John Mechie getting healthy. This offense has improved this year for the Texans, and Stroud has been a big part of that. But I think all the additions and all the getting guys back have been big for the Texans as well. And honestly, you could put Davis Mills as a starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. You could put him in from week 1 through week 18 for the Texans, and the Texans would probably still win 6 or 7 games this season. That's how much I think the offense has improved this year. And I think that you could put Davis Mills on the Minnesota Vikings, and he could lead them to the playoffs. Because the Minnesota Vikings offense is way better than the Texans is. But can Case Keenum do that? He obviously did that in 2017, but that was 6 years ago. In 2017, he played 15 games for 14 starts with an 11-3 record, throwing 325 for 481 with a 68% completion percentage, with throwing for 3,550 passing yards, 7 interceptions, and 22 passing touchdowns. And he also ran for 136 rushing yards. Then after that, he got a big contract with Denver in 2018, played 16 games and 16 starts there, going 6-10, throwing for 3,900 passing yards, 18 passing touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. Then he went to go become the Washington Redskins quarterback. He played 10 games there, 8 starts, had a 1-7 record, throwing 160 for 247, 11 passing touchdowns, 1,707 passing yards, and 5 passing touchdowns. In 2020, he was with the Cleveland Browns and played 2 games there, threw 5 for 10 with 46 passing yards, didn't ever start in a game. Then 2021 with the Browns, he played 7 games with 2 starts, had a 2-0 record with throwing 47 for 72 with 462 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns, throwing only 1 interception. And he also ran for 29 yards. 2022 with the Bills, he played 2 games with 0 starts, 2 for 7 with 8 passing yards. So yeah, you put him on the Vikings offense. You know, look at what he did with the Browns in 2021. Looked pretty good with the Browns, and I know you can look at the years with the 2018, 2019 with the Commanders. Those were not good teams. He did not have good offenses or good teams around him. So Case Keenum has looked like a better quarterback when he's had a good offense and a good defense around him, and that is what the Cleveland Browns had in 2021 when he went 2-0, and that is what the Vikings had in 2017. And that's what the Vikings would have in 2023 if the Vikings traded for him. If I'm the Vikings, I make a move for Case Keenum. He'd probably start off as the backup and then would become a starter. I think that's probably a great fit for the Minnesota Vikings. That's it for the video, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.